Yes, indeed. The sound of Sonata Arctica, that was Wildfire, and before that, Ed Guy, Tears of a Mandrake. Yes, I needed a longer break. Live with it. Okay, back to what we were saying. Now, I've got some interesting comments about the whole level cap thing, and there's a good discussion going on in the WoW Radio chat room. Get over there. It's wcradio.com. Click the IRC chat button at the top of the screen, or perish in the attempt. Right, now, back to what I was saying. Level cap. Now, I got an interesting comment from someone here. Now, I'm going to read that out after I've read out the shout-outs, which I should have given quite a while ago. So, a shout-out has to go out to the newly formed UK Thunder on Bloodhoof. And a shout-out also to Totty, Jono, Tenor and Look. Is it Look or is it Luke? We just don't know. That's from Lotus. And if you have any other more shout-outs, just let me know, and I shall get them out on the air for you. A shout-out has to go to all the poor people playing on Defiance Brotherhood. That's from Varska, getting destroyed by the insane lag that's happening there. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Tech lead, come to our rescue right now. Okay. Now, the comment I got... Let's see if I can find it. It's around here somewhere. Aha. Anarchy came up with an interesting remark. Now, it's always nice to have my views challenged, especially when it's done well. So, here is the point. Now, he came up with this idea. What about the concept of the casual gamer getting more epics because Molten Core is easier because you're a higher level? Interesting. The question is it about level, or is it about scalability? You must be aware by this point that levels are not necessarily the be-all and end-all of everything. Whereas a level 61, say... No, let's take an example. Level 60 Elite. Yeah? In Skolomans. One of the skeletons, for instance, Risen Protectors, level 60s. Or one of the big Spidey things. I could solo one of them with relative ease, and I will not be killed very fast. Now, give me a level 59, level 60 Elite in Dark Whisper Gorge, and I will be in serious trouble. I can solo one of them as well, but they have about 3 times as many hit points as these spider things do. They are a lot more powerful, they hit twice as hard, and they have a lot more hit points. So, it's not really about levels, is it? When it comes to Molten Core, it's about the toughness and the strength of the mobs. You would never even think that anyone could solo a Molten Giant. Even if they are level 70. It's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. These things were designed to be taken down in large raid groups. Just because they happen to be level 62 elites doesn't mean that a level 70 can solo one. It's not going to happen. Absolutely not. So, it is, however, an interesting point. What's going to happen to stuff like Molten Core? If I have problems in Molten Core and they extend the level cap to 70, would I, with my guild, get to level 70 and then farm Molten Core with ease? Would it be a lot easier, or would it be around the same kind of difficulty? An interesting puzzle, and something which has massive implications for balancing in general. What happens when all his gear suddenly goes out the window? We seem to have, at the moment, a reasonably balanced game. Now, whatever the whiners will tell you, balance is a relative thing. It's never going to be perfect, but at the moment it's not too bad. There's the occasional thing which I would want to see removed and changed, but then again someone else may disagree with me. Their opinion is equally valid to mine. Who's right? Neither of us. And both of us at the same time. Ho-hum. Now, how do you balance when you increase a level cap like that? Such a drastic change is going to cause some massive problems. If it happens, it is going to be the biggest shake-up we have ever seen in World of Warcraft. It is going to shake the very foundations of what we already know. Now, I was asked 2 questions earlier. The first one is whether or not I would quit the game if level 70 in a linear form was put into place? That is a difficult question. I do not want to grind to level 70, and if I'm put in the position where I have to, I will consider leaving. I will probably not be the only one either. I'm sure I got to level 60 for a reason, and that was so I didn't have to watch that XP bar move anymore. It's also what's been keeping me away from MMORPGs all this time, the idea of a grind. If that is extended, and I'm expected to do this, then I would get a little bit upset, to put it mildly. Whether I would quit the game? Questionable. Addiction is a powerful force. Is it powerful enough to override the concept that I really do not want to grind anymore? Questionable. But we'll find out. Now, the other question I was asked is, did I think it really would be a linear progression from 60 to 70? And the trust that I have remaining in Blizzard, and let's face it, they've made mistakes, but generally speaking, they have still developed a hell of a good game. I have enough trust remaining in Blizzard that level 60 to 70 is not going to be a linear grind and quest in the same way as level 50 to 60 was. Or any leveling, in fact. That's what I hope to see. Now, some people said, well, level 60 to 70 is probably going to be the hero class levels. I would probably agree with that. However, it seems odd that they would... Well, these are rumours. We're not 100% sure if this is going to happen, but it does seem odd that they would do it in such a obvious and linear fashion. Now, for my example, I would like to take Knights of the Old Republic 2, just for the sake of it. Those who play Knights of the Old Republic 2 will be well aware that not only can you become a Jedi, but you can become a prestige class, which is quite similar to a hero class. What that allows you to do is specialise or broaden your character selection. If you picked a Jedi Guardian, who is a warrior style in the game, and you then went on to become a Jedi Weapons Master, you would become the most specialised melee lightsaber fighter around. Your skills would be solely geared towards that. Your force powers would be limited, especially bearing in mind that to be a good and a very powerful melee fighter, you'd want to have some decent armour on, and that limits the spells you can cast and the force abilities you can use. Or you could be a Guardian and you could then become a Sith Lord. That would perhaps allow you to create a more rounded character. Whereas you specialised for the early levels in combat skills, you could then try and expand your library of force powers. Arguably not a bad idea. Now, when you became a prestige class, you started a new level. You would be a level 16 Guardian and then a level 1 Weapons Master, and it would proceed that way. And that would actually be what it showed. You'd be a level 6 Weapons Master, whatever. You wouldn't be a level 26 Guardian, you would be a level 6 Weapons Master. Sorry, I'm throwing things around on my desk. It's quite fun, really. There's a random selection of things here, so I could... I don't know where this screw came from. A pound coin. A flash memory card. It's all great. But that's not the point. Back to what I was saying. The idea of simply expanding the levels in a linear fashion is, to me, quite obscene. It's been done in previous games to try and keep people playing. Usually it happens in games that are failing, that are losing players, and if they want to keep the interest, they expand the level cap. Are we failing? Are we losing players? No, we are not. This game is thriving, and anyone who believes otherwise is a blinking idiot. Why? We have 4.5 million players worldwide. If you don't think that's thriving, then I don't know what. What is thriving? In comparison to that. It's a major success. It's a monster success, even. It could even be described as an epic success. Do Blizzard really need to keep us playing by adding 10 more levels? No. Of course they don't. It's unnecessary. So I'm going to put my faith in Blizzard for the moment, until proven otherwise, and say that if these levels are increased, they will be increased in a manner which makes sense. It will not be level 60 to 70 grind. You will have to do specific things to attain your hero class levels. Now, we've all pretty much accepted that hero classes are going to arrive in one form or another. Now, I've talked about hero classes so many times before. The way I want hero classes to become is I want them to simply be a way of specialising our characters. If I am a mage, I want to be a pyromancer. I want to be an illusionist. A... whatever. Hydromancer. Geomancer. All that kind of thing. If I was a warlock, I want to become a necromancer. All that kind of bollocks. And to do that, I would want to be able to take talents from a pool. I don't want another tree. I don't want more powerful progression. I want a pool of talents that I have a limited selection out of, and I can either use that to specialise my current abilities. Maybe I would have to forsake others in order to do that. That'll be interesting. I take this talent. Oh, but now I can't pick this. Or maybe I've picked this talent, I've lost an ability, but I've gained something else. Specialisation and customisation. It's the way forward. That's how I like to see hero classes be implemented. Whether or not it's going to happen is a questionable business. Perhaps the levels will be put in such a way as you get one hero talent per level. How do you get a level? Maybe you complete a series of quests in order to get it. Maybe it's like ranks. You become a rank 6 with the Frostwolf, for instance. You get a specific trinket when you do that. Could that work? Yes, it could. Would it be a linear grind? Not if implemented in the correct fashion. Perhaps to become a hero, you need to do something heroic. You need to venture into the Outlands, slay a powerful demon. Perhaps you need to recover a sacred artifact, or complete an epic series of quests. Yes, I did say. Epic! And if that is not implemented, then I think Blizzard have missed out on a trick there. Because that's exactly what this game should be. It should be an epic quest. One big, long, epic quest. Maybe even an ever quest, for instance. It seems to me that that's always been the point of role-playing games from the start. Then that's the way it should continue to be. For the foreseeable future. A level cap increase? Maybe. It might happen. But if it happens in a linear fashion, in that they simply add more areas and more quests, I will be sincerely disappointed in Blizzard. And to be honest, I would probably lose the faith that I have left in them. Because I would hope they'd realise that simply adding more levels, giving people more time sinks, is not the way to go. And it's not going to keep people playing. It'll keep some people playing. It'll alienate others. You don't want to do that. It's not a good idea. You're listening to Blue Please here on WoW Radio. Now, I have a request and I'm going to play it. It's that simple. It's a great request. It's a classic track. I've been listening to this track for ages and it's just great. It's not the most metal of tracks, but the man behind it, a certain Glenn Danzig, is to be respected. This is Blue Please. This is WoW Radio. This is dedicated to someone who I can't quite remember. It's in my flood of PMs somewhere. They requested. They shall receive. This is Danzig. This is Mother. Enjoy.